Hey guys, welcome back. Hopefully those that have been doing the training consistently over the last few weeks have started to notice a little bit of progress and some minor strength gains. So today what we're going to do is we're going to start with our first exercise. It's called a band good morning. But this time we're also going to incorporate the blue or green activation band. So what you're going to do is you're going to start here by putting your purple or black band on the floor. You're going to grab your blue or green activation band. It's going to go right underneath the knees, just like that. All right, it's going to go below the knees here. You're going to step right on the band here. I'll show you guys so you guys can see it. So it's going to be about shoulder width apart. Now the key here with the blue or green band, you want to think about pushing out. So actively driving the knees out. That's going to really work those outer hip muscles. Very important for change of direction as well as knee and hip stability. So you're going to start by having your feet about shoulder width apart. You're going to squat down, put the band over the shoulders, just like this. First movement I'm going to do, you're going to think about pushing your hips back and then coming right back up. So hips back, drop the chest down, and then back up. I'll show you from the front. Again, think about pushing the knees out the whole time. So a big miscue a lot of people make is they let their knees buckle inward, and that is not a good motor pattern we're trying to establish. Again, you want to think knees out, push back in the hips, and then fire up. All right, so another good tip is thinking the top of the band here, all right, my shoulders, I almost want to try to get that to, and it's pretty hard to do, but you want to think almost like try to keep it behind your feet. All right, so I'm really trying to force my hips back, and that's really going to overload the hamstrings and the glutes. All right, so after we do the band good morning, you'll take the band off there. All right, so after your first set there, so just one set first, then we're going to go to the second exercise. Let's take that off there. This is called a squat jump, all right? So when you do a squat jump, a tremendous explosive exercise for the hips and the hamstrings and the quads. All right, I'll show you from the side here. You're gonna start nice and tall. You're gonna go fast down, explode up, push back in the hips, explode up, push back in the hips, up, and then back in the hips. Notice when I land, I'm not landing on my toes and let my knees cave forward. I'm really pushing back in the hips, explode back up, push back, explode up. Your first set, you can stick it. So each one, really work on controlling the landing. Your second, third, and fourth set be a little more explosive, all right? So again, just a quicker ground reaction time there, all right? So you're gonna go from the band good morning to the squat jump. We're gonna go back and forth. Take about 30 to 60 seconds in between each set so you're well recovered and you get good quality sets. All right, guys, the next two exercises we're gonna do is called a heel touch, and then we're gonna go into a little abdominal exercise on the turf. So first one, the heel touch. This is a great exercise, good single leg exercise that's gonna work on your knee stability as well as some of those little external rotators and muscles in the back of the hip. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start, I'll show you guys from the side here. You wanna find a box, you can use a step, or eventually as you get stronger, you can work up a little higher into like a chair. All right, so I probably wouldn't go much higher than anything above the knee, all right, but I'm gonna show you just something starting out about shin height. So I'm gonna place one foot on the box. You want the majority of your weight on this front leg, all right? So I'm not using this bottom leg to push off, all right? So this is a little different than a step up. A step up, you apply a little pressure at the bottom, top leg pulls through the box, and then you drive up through. With a heel touch, you're actually gonna start from the top position like this, and I'm gonna gradually bump down, touch the heel, and then back up. So if you notice when I get to the bottom, my toe is actually pulled up, so I'm not pushing through the floor. I'm just using my left leg as a guide to the ground. I'm using my top leg to, again, drive back through. So I'll show you guys from the front. So again, you're gonna start here. I'm facing you. Notice how my knee stays in line with my foot and my hip. So I'm gonna push back in the hips and then right back up. Push back in the hips and then back up. What I see as far as some common miscues, I'll see this knee caving inward when it goes down. So you'll see that knee buckle in. Again, that shows that you're not firing appropriately the muscles in the outer hip. So really actively think about keeping the knee outward when you're going down. Again, driving the knee out and then boom, firing up through. So again, using that top leg. After the designated amount of sets, reps, then you're gonna get down to the floor. This is called a McGill sit-up. It's a phenomenal exercise off the ground to strengthen your abs. Again, typically I don't do a lot of the traditional crunches with our athletes, but this is one exercise that is a staple for a lot of bang for your buck benefit. So you're gonna take your hands, you're gonna make a little bit of a spade. So if you guys can see the spade I'm making here with my hand, that's gonna be your hand position under the low back. So I'm gonna start on the ground here, just like this. You're gonna put that spade position right under your low back. So you don't want it under your hips. All right, we're going under the low back here. From there, we're gonna take one leg out. That leg's gonna be out straight, and it's gonna be off the ground about 2 inches or so. All right, from there, don't think just like you're crunching forward. All right, you almost want to think like there's a string from your nose up to the ceiling. You're trying to travel up that string and then back down. All right, drive up, back down. Drive up, back down. All right, we're going to go for the set amount of reps on each side. Then you're going to switch just back and forth. Again, all the way up, all the way down, keeping that straight leg just up off the ground there. All right? All right, guys, the next two exercises are going to be targeting the outside of the hips and then the groin muscles. All right, so first exercise is called a one-leg abduction. So we're going to use our red mini band here, all right? Red mini band. You guys are going to attach it to either a post, a durable table or chair, something that's stationary. You guys can trust to stay in position. You're going to take the band. All right, you're going to take one end of it. I'm going to take it around the back side. I'm going to put it through the little threads like you're threading the needle. All right, you're going to pull it tight. All right, from there, again, it's about ankle height at the base. You're going to take it and put it on your outside foot. All right, outside foot. Now, if it's your first time doing it, you're going to put it all the way up around the ankle, just like that. All right, and I'll show you a progression here in a second if that's easy. So again, you're going to put it around the ankle. From there, you want to step your inside leg in front. All right, so when you put it behind, you're working a muscle called the TFL, tensor fasciae lata. It's an abduction muscle, but it also internally rotates the knee. Not a good mechanism for ACL prevention. So we want to bring our inside leg in front. All right, that's going to target more of the glute med. All right, it's a muscle on the back of the hip. It's also not just an abduction, but an external rotator. So again, when you're cutting, you want to get that nice stable base. So we're going to have that inside foot in front, targeting more the back side of that glute, that back hip. From there, you're going to hold on, anchor yourself here. All right, slight soft bend in the knee. You're going to drive the leg out and back, just like that. All right, notice I'm not swinging all over the place. I'm staying nice and stable through my midsection. All right, it's my outer hip that's driving out and back. If that's a little easy over time, let's say, second, third set, you want to try to advance a little bit, or down the road when we go back to this movement, take the band, you're going to put it halfway over your foot. All right, so just like that, it's halfway over my foot. Now you're going to not only work that outer hip, you're also going to have to tax those external rotators that are trying to pull the foot inward because you're keeping your foot straight. All right, so a little more challenging here. Same motion, you're just going to drive the leg out. I'll show you from the side here. Again, driving the leg straight to the side, just like that. All right, as you get stronger, you have a little bit more control with these movements for you. All right, after you guys do a set of those, I have a purple band right here. All right, I was using earlier. You're just going to take, there we go. All right, a little technical difficulty. All right, there we go, we got it. All right, so you'll go to your purple or black band. This is going to work the groiners, like we said earlier. All right, this is called a band groiner. All right, pretty simple. You're going to take the band, you're going to put it right around the low back. All right, so you have a little curve of the back. Put it right around the back so everyone can see that where it's going. All right, from there you're going to drop down. So you're going to squat down. When you squat down, you're going to give yourself a little slack. You're going to have one hand holding the band on one side, other hand here. I like to use two hands and put it around one knee, and then same thing, put it around the other so it's even. All right, you might have a parent or somebody help you if you need a little assistance, but again, the band's gonna go on each side. From there, you're gonna go down, right to your back, just like this. I'll show you guys from this here. Feet together, all right, laying back. You want your back flat, so don't let your back overarch. You wanna keep your back flat into the ground just a little bit, so neutral spine. You're gonna drive the knees in and out, just like that. All right, all the way out, all the way in. I'll show you guys from this position here. All right, all the way out, all the way back. We're going to go high reps with this one, really trying to pump some blood flow in the groin and help prevent groin strains, because once you guys have a groin strain, they're not fun to deal with. All right, so again, we want to focus on the prehab versus the rehab. Right, preventing injuries is always better than having to rehab them. So good luck. All right, guys, now we're going to target a little upper body work for you guys. Again, I know you played a lot on your feet, but you still need your upper body to be strong and resilient, because there are times when you're going to be bodying players up on the field, as well as you need good, aggressive, and strong upper body movements to help drive your lower body if you're trying to get faster, improve your jumping ability, and to help minimize any type of shoulder injuries and upper body injuries with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our red mini band here. This first exercise is called a banded face pull. So you're going to take the band here, you're going to choke it right around a pole, something that's about head height for you guys. You're going to take it, choke it around, just like you did the abductions earlier. Right around there, pull it through. From there, you're going to grab the band about shoulder width apart. All right, you're going to grab it about shoulder width apart. I'm going to step back here. I'm going to start with my arms straight, back nice and tall. You're going to drive the elbows back and the band right towards the chin, just like this. So notice how it's almost a straight line, all right, from the anchor point right to my chin here. All right, I'll show you guys a little bit of an angle. Same thing, you're just pulling the band right to the chin. all right, just like that. You're gonna get a little bit of a burn and a pump in the back of the shoulders, all right, that's good. So for a lot of you guys that, text throughout the day, doing homework, schoolwork, all right, maybe playing video games, all right, hopefully at a minimum, all right, you're gonna develop a lot of tightness on the front of the shoulders, even from your sport, all the running, throw-ins, all the stuff you guys do. So tightness here ends up pulling the shoulders inward, all right, causes improper running mechanics and that. So again, building that upper back, it's gonna be huge for helping to minimize a lot of those issues you guys are having, or may have. So once you guys do a set of the face pulls, we're gonna drop down and we're gonna go through a classic push-up, all right? Now with push-ups here, I've seen them done in many forms and fashions, some correct, some not so correct, all right? What we wanna try to do here is try to emphasize muscles in the triceps, the upper back, secondary stress in the pecs, but also utilizing our abs or hips all the way down. So again, making this a full body movement. What you're gonna do is you're gonna start with your hands just outside of shoulder width here on the ground. You don't want them way up tall, all right? So again, I've seen a lot of these things going on. I've also seen elbows coming out to the side as well, all right? Ideally, what you want to see is, I'll show you from the bottom, you want to have your elbows coming in, not super, super tight, but again, you want them more towards the side and straight up. So eventually, if you guys get into dumbbell pressing or down the road, maybe using a bar at the appropriate age, again, you're going to bring it down almost like the bottom of your chest and then up. Same thing, hands open, doing push-ups just out of that position there, right? Nice and safe for the shoulders. It's going to develop the muscles around the upper back and triceps. So again, I'll show you right here. So this is a full push-up position. You're going to drop down, touch, and then back up. All right, again, everything's nice and flat. All right. If that's a little difficult for you and you feel like you're not maintaining good form, you're going to just simply go off your knees and do the same motion, just like that. All right, I like crossing the feet. All right, keep the hips extended. We're not letting our butt sink back like this. All right. So once that becomes easy, then go to the full push-up position. If that becomes easy, all right, you can take your red band. All right, take it with your hands like this, cross it so it stays on the back, right around the back here, and you're going to go into a push-up position. All right, just like that. All right, now you've got a little bit of band tension on there, all right, for some of you guys. So again, we'll hit those two exercises there for the designated amount of sets and reps.